My name is Pastor Mike, and I serve at St. Paul Lutheran Church in Elizabeth, Illinois. This is episode 13, titled The Age of Earth. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was in school, the teachers taught me that the earth is millions of years old. They were able to explain so many scientific things that way. Evolution, for instance. But when I went to church, Sunday school, the teacher there told me that the earth was less than 10,000 years old. Obviously, the Sunday school teacher at church was using a different textbook, the Bible, which is God's revelation to us. It is His Word. It is the divine truth. So that means that if we take a look at the Bible can tell us how old the earth is. Now, a couple of episodes ago, there was a genealogy listed in the Bible under Genesis chapter 5. Now, this genealogy connected Adam across 9 generations to Noah. And now we see in chapter 11 of the book of Genesis that it is 2 years after the flood occurred. And the genealogy continues another 11 generations, between Noah and Abram. Our text for today is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verses 10 through 32. These are the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he fathered Shelah 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he fathered Eber. And Shelah lived after he fathered Eber 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg. And Eber lived after he fathered Peleg 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he fathered Reu. And Peleg lived after he fathered Reu 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he fathered Serug. And Reu lived after he fathered Serug 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor. And Serug lived after he fathered Nahor 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah. And Nahor lived after he fathered Terah 119 years and had other sons and daughters. When Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran fathered Lot. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the land of his kindred, in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Iscah. Now Sarai was barren. She had no child. Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. So far, our text. As we previously discussed in chapter 5, the genealogy from Adam to the birth of Noah was 9 generations and lasted 1,056 years. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came. We find that in Genesis chapter 7, verse 11. And Noah and his family were on the ark about a year. We see this in the book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 20, to chapter 9, verse 17. And now we see in chapter 11 of the book of Genesis that there were 11 generations between Noah and the birth of Abram. And that was, I got my calculator out and double-checked it, 292 years. So, through these 2 genealogies, we can tell how old the earth is, because God has told us who fathered who. So, Adam to Noah, we have 1,056 years. Then add the 600 years that Noah was when the flood came. Add a year because the flood lasted a year. Add 2 more years because that was the time it took before Shem would have a son. And from Shem to Abram, those 11 generations lasted 292 years. So, add all of that together and we get 1,951. So, from the day Adam was created to the birth of Abram, we have 1,951 years. And we know that Adam lived around the year 2000, that we know Abram lived around the year 2091 BC. So how old is the world? Take 1,951, that's from Adam to Abram. Add 2091, because that's the year BC that Adam lived. And now you take our year, 2024 AD, that makes the world right around 6,066 years old. Thanks be to God that He is so particular, that He has given us these genealogies that not only link Adam to Abraham, the father of many nations, but it also tells us exactly how old the earth really is. Question is, which textbook do you believe? God's blessings.